So thank you for being here, John, Paul, and Heb. And I invited them to be on French American TV. And it's really all about your profession because I assume that you speak English and therefore it will go on all about your profession. So I met you. I think I met you.
Yes.
Okay. And the company is Diginido?
Yeah, Diginido Labs.
Labs,
Yes.
okay. And isn't that an Italian name or something?
No,
like
it's actually, Nido is Spanish for nest, and we combine digital and nest together.
Digital nest.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
Diginido. Means digital nest.
Oh, it
Essentially.
means nest. Okay.
Yeah, we have this
Okay.
bird thing kind of.
Yeah, we
going
like
on.
birds.
Yeah.
Okay. And so why is it a nest? I mean, what's the concept behind it?
I think conceptually, I mean, nests are nurturing where you grow.
You grow.
Yeah, it's like a family. You start small,
Yeah.
and it gets bigger, and the idea is for it to be a cooperative space and
Mhm.
like a family in that sense.
Right.
It's not a space where people post pictures of their family. No.
No, it's the people in the company are treated like family. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
the
like
people in
we're
the
trying
company.
to be like a family and be close like a family with
Okay.
them. Yeah.
So what's the idea of the company? What's the company do?
Well, so we're I guess a software development and design company, and but we only focus on social impact projects. So what that means is we only work on community-based and social issues like homelessness or human trafficking issues, or anything that would really help the community or give the community some more life.
Yeah, like we're working with a lot of projects around homeless community and things like that.
Yeah.
Going out, we
They
like
don't
to,
have the internet, so they won't be able to access your
They do,
project.
Well, they do have the internet.
They
You'd be
do?
surprised. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, there's a lot of public services out there for internet, but they also get free phones very easily through the Obama program.
Oh, okay,
You know,
yeah,
so-
that's true. So let's say that example. How would your project help them?
Well,
Let's talk about
yeah,
LeBray, yeah.
we've started out initially working with the community, trying to build a resources app. It's essentially a phone app where they could go and find where different things are in the neighborhood and things like that. And we were taking the perspective of if you're homeless, and we've both been homeless.
Yeah.
So the app is called Diginido.
No, Diginido is the name of the company. The app that we're working on now is called LeBray.
Lebre, Lebra.
Labre.
Yeah,
Labre.
Lebre.
LeBray. Yeah.
Do you know who Benedict Joseph Labre is?
Okay, so it's named after a person.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, and how would people think of Lebre when it comes to homeless?
Well,
Benedict Joseph Labre is the patron saint of the homeless.
right.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But a homeless person doesn't know that, does he?
Well, it doesn't matter what we could call the app, call it whatever you want, but it's what the app does that matters.
Okay, what does the app do?
Yeah.
What does the app
well,
do?
the app does right now, what we have is essentially a community crowdsourced data store of all of the different resources and things in the area. So what happens is people will open the app up,
And they go to Lebre.
and they go to LeBray, they download the app from Play
Repeat how
Store.
this is spelled again. L.
LABRE.
Okay, so they go to Lebre app. It's a free app, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a free app.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not released yet, but it will be soon. It'll be
Oh,
on the Play
it's going
Store.
to be a free app.
Yeah,
okay.
we're still in development phases of it. And
Is it with Apple and with
Right now, it's just Android because the homeless
Android.
population mostly has Android phones.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
a lot of
Okay.
the
So it's
above-
mostly Android for the moment.
Yeah, exactly. And in the near future, we will expand to iOS
Okay.
as
Yeah.
we can.
Okay.
But it'll be available on the store. You go download it, and you open the app up, and you're able to see what is around you, what different resources are around you, such as shelter, food, power, Wi-Fi, things like that you would need if you don't have a home and you're trying to get everything situated and get your life back in order. And but all of these resources on the app are contributed by people in the community themselves. So it's not from this perspective of, oh, here's a list of things that we've compiled and just give it to the users. It's actually from the people who are out there experiencing homelessness or going through these things and going to these different services, finding these different things, and they're able to post onto essentially a map where all these different services are with details such as phone number and
But
things like that.
if you go to the library and you go at the front desk and you say, I want resources for free food, free shelter, they give you a whole sheet, right? Of all the resources in San Francisco.
Right.
So this
This is very different.
This is a resource that you will post on your app?
Not just those kind of resources. Like imagine if I'm walking down the street and I know that this spot in this area, there's a power outlet that I can access 24 hours a day.
Oh,
But it's-
power to recharge my
yeah,
phone.
I can just throw a pin on the map and tell the community there's a power outlet here.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
And is there such a thing as a power outlet?
There's a lot of hidden
Yeah,
things out there.
there's a lot.
Like Starbucks?
Starbucks
Sure.
is the one place, but that's more well known.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
more well-known,
there's
yeah.
a lot of information in people's minds that is not down on anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in the homeless
No,
community.
but is there such a thing as a power outlet that's not in a coffee shop?
Of course.
Yeah.
Outdoors, yeah.
There is?
Mm-hmm.
So give me an example where.
Well, these types of things we typically just let the community know.
The
But
community
they,
knows.
Yeah, but they
Okay.
exist.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And you are aware of them?
Yeah, we are aware of them
Through the
ourselves.
app, you could
Yeah.
find them.
Yeah, we
Okay.
find
Or
these things out.
how did you find them yourself? You search online and found
No,
them?
we just, if I see something while I'm walking down the street,
And there's a power
there's
outlet?
something there and I note it and I think people could take use of it, I'll put it on
You
the app.
put it on your map. So it's a map.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's map based. Yeah.
It's map based.
Yeah, and you can add more information. You know, when you click on a pin, it'll bring up a little sheet that has information like you can write whatever you want on there. It could
Yeah.
be, you know, how.
So how did you start with the Google Map, for example?
Yeah, well, we basically just took. It's actually OpenStreetMaps is the
Okay,
map that we use.
OpenStreet.
Yeah,
And it's only San Francisco, right?
right now it's based out of San Francisco. It would work anywhere.
It works
It
anywhere.
could be expanded to other cities.
Yeah, like you'll see if you look at the app right now, you'll see pins in Sacramento, Pacifica, because these are all places we've gone.
Oh,
so you
okay.
can literally use it anywhere right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have resources expanding in
Yeah,
different
slowly,
areas
very
slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
we're
a lot
slowly
of work.
building that
Is it a
community.
lot of work?
Well, of course it is, but it's useful for the community, so it's worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can only work on one project at a time, right?
No, we work on multiple projects at a time.
Really?
Yeah.
What would be a second project you're working on?
Well, we can't tell you too much about this, but we also work on like other issues, like
Okay.
Reporting for human trafficking.
Okay.
So we're developing.
But not
an
in
app.
San Francisco. It doesn't exist. It does exist in
Human
San
trafficking is a global problem.
Francisco? Really?
Yes.
And San
I didn't
Francisco's.
see it in
San Francisco is a major problem.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I
entire
thought
Bay
it only
Area.
happened in Asia.
No, no. It's,
Okay.
It's literally global.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The entire United States has this problem. you know,
Yes.
but San Francisco, from what I understand, it's a hot spot.
Yeah, it's a hot spot. Oakland's a hot spot.
Yeah.
Bay Area generally.
Okay,
is a hot
so
spot.
give us first of all the definition of human trafficking.
There's a lot.
Because
You're opening up a can of worms with this.
now give me an overall, a general definition of
Okay,
human.
so human trafficking. So you have to understand the difference between general human exploitation and human trafficking. Human trafficking is generally the movement of people towards exploitative reasons. But if I'm like in a local region and I'm just exploiting a human being, that's not necessarily human trafficking because there's no movement involved.
Okay.
But movement could be as simple as going from one district to another district, or crossing national borders, or being sent from Asia to America, or vice versa.
Somebody else does it, do that to you.
Yes, and usually it's for like nefarious reasons, very bad reasons. But human trafficking should also not be confused with human smuggling. They're very, very different things. Typically, human trafficking, the end result is human exploitation.
Okay, the person would be like a slave in somebody's house, for example.
That's a possibility, sure. But typically, you're looking at there's labor exploitation and then there's sexual exploitation.
Oh, there's both. Okay.
And sometimes they cross between the two, so it's not black and white.
Okay, and the person is like captive.
In a sense, yeah. It's not necessarily what you see like online or on TV where it's literally somebody in a cage or something like that. A lot of time, that type of captivity could easily be somebody's holding my visa hostage.
Oh,
And
okay.
I have no way of talking to law enforcement because I might get deported at the same time.
Okay.
So that kind of captivity is very ambiguous. Yeah,
No, I mean, if you go on Mission N16, you have dozens of people with fake IDs, and you see an ID, someone 5'6", but you look at the person and the person is 5'10", right? But it's pretty obvious it's not his ID, right?
Right.
But is that considered trafficking of IDs?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot
okay.
of reasons for that.
No, I mean, people sell IDs.
Sure.
What is this called?
But that's not human trafficking.
That's not
Yeah,
human
that's
trafficking.
That's just whatever it is. I mean,
Well, it's just immigration, identification.
yeah, whatever they're doing. It's,
Yeah.
Okay.
Some kind of identity fraud.
Yeah.
Identity. So it's
fraud.
identity, so that you can circulate freely in San Francisco.
Sure.
Okay. Now, what you're talking about something much more serious than that.
It's much more insidious. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Okay.
affects people's lives. Yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but like the imprisonment can be psychological as well.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, it's like not necessarily that these people are always being held against their will. They may be psychologically manipulated to believe that this is a good thing and that they should be doing this or something along those lines.
Right.
To be in a prison?
To be trafficked, essentially, as a human, you know, as being trafficked in that sense can be a psychological prison, not just a physical prison. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very complex.
It's very complex. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, if you want examples, we can give you examples. But you
No,
know,
no, but I'm saying it's so complex. Why you clutter your mind with all these problems? You want to fix them?
because you only have one life to live. I mean, we're trying to make a better world for people. It's what other point is there to life?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take the example. I know it's a very, very complex issue, but let's take the example of human trafficking.
Sure.
Tell me how that app or that website will help people.
Well, I
How
think
much
we
can
can.
we
I
actually
think we
talk-
can
yeah,
talk about
yeah.
this because we've already started working on a project.
Sure,
You know.
yeah.
I mean, just in general, I'm not asking you for the details.
Sure. But
Just in general, because we have only a few minutes on this show, but just in general, what's the idea to help these people?
well, the idea is with what we're building is it's a reporting tool for people to be able to report what they think might be human trafficking,
Okay.
right? And so the goal of that is to just get more data on it. There's not a lot of concrete
Is
data.
it anonymous reporting?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah. We don't want to put anybody else in danger just because they want to report, but people do want to help.
Okay.
They don't have that tool yet to really help. And it serves also as an
That's
educational
that's
tool.
useful. A
Yeah.
tool like that is useful.
Right.
It doesn't exist yet?
There's some that exist out there, but they haven't really been done well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're trying to improve that process.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can do it? You're software engineers?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're a team of software engineers and designers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a concept, you have an idea, and then you get together, you concretize the idea.
We do a lot of research before we do it.
Oh, okay. You do research to see if it's
It's
feasible.
viable or what, or would an app actually even help? Like earlier when you said the homeless don't have internet,
They do.
yeah, they do. So we did research on that and figure out what kind of access they have, and we've realized that they mostly have Android phones. So, let's build an Android app.
Oh.
That's how we arrived at that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
But
really
with,
not.
with the phone, they can access Google.
Yeah, if they
Yeah.
have data on the phone.
Yeah,
then
if you have,
of
and you
course.
can also go connect to a lot of free Wi-Fi at
Free
different
Wi-Fi,
places with
right.
a phone. A phone is essentially just a small computer.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
these
Yeah.
days.
And if you don't have Wi-Fi, you can still access your email, right?
If you have data. Yeah.
If you have data, yeah.
Okay. So this is a project. It's not yet on the phone, right? You said
Libre is very, very close to being public.
Yeah.
It's almost public.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're almost
And
there.
this one, the new one we just spoke about, is in construction.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we consider a stealth project. There's certain confidentiality around it that we can't talk about.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move of something that's less confidential.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's say a social problem. What could it be? It could be hunger. It could be
Well,
homelessness.
what do you care about as a
Yeah.
social issue?
Oh, my social issue. My social issue is when I walk. I mean, maybe because I'm selfish, but I don't like to walk in the street of San Francisco and smelling urine and feces. And each time I do, I report it to City Hall. Like if I'm at the bus stop and it's, especially on a hot day and it's unbearable, I report it. But I don't report it all the time because I don't have time to report all of them.
Sure.
But a growing issue in San Francisco is more people have dogs and no yard. So it goes all over, even in the best neighborhood. These dogs do it everywhere on the sidewalk, by the tree, and
And the
everything.
owners don't pick it up. They just
And,
leave
and
it,
sometimes the owner doesn't pick it up.
Right.
Yeah.
And on hot days, let's say it's 75, 80, then it smells. Okay, so that's my pet peeve.
Okay.
Yeah.
So each time I find an area that's unbearable, I write to City Hall. I say, oh, you need to go there and clean it up. But I have to go on the website of sfgov.org and report it to the mayor or to a supervisor or to the department that takes care of these things. But they are grateful that we do report it because they take care of these things within 24 hours when they see 2 or more people report it. But that's a social issue. That's because in San Francisco, there's a lack of public facilities. The coffee shop don't let them use their bathroom because they need to buy something first. It's a social issue because it embarrasses everybody. When I see someone doing it in public, it embarrasses me personally. I think there should be some service to, but also it's hygiene, and it's affecting everybody, not
Right.
just the person affected by his circumstances. So because it's affecting everybody, I think it is a social issue. So I don't think there's enough done in that, in health wise, to fix that problem. So this is my social issue because I walk on the streets, so it affects me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are other issues that don't affect me that are out there.
Of course, yeah. I mean, one thing to think about is like, what's the root cause of that problem? And in a way, it's because a lot of these people aren't housed and they don't have the services they need and things like that, like you were saying.
But it's not that I am personally homeless, it's just that it affects me indirectly.
Of course,
But we
yeah.
have to think about the root cause of it.
Yeah.
Like, why does it happen in the first place? And you can't solve anything unless you understand what the root cause of it. And the funny thing is like, we're a tech company, but there are some things that can't be solved by tech. Some things have to be community driven.
Yeah, but I walk in the street of Paris, I don't smell that. I mean, it's typically...
Paris is not San Francisco. San Francisco is
No,
not Paris.
I know, but what I'm saying is typically a U.S. problem. It's not a European problem. Do you agree?
I don't completely agree because there is homelessness in Europe.
Yeah,
I lived in Greece for some time.
But
There's a lot of homeless people out there.
The streets are not as bad as here.
Sure.
Well, there's a high density of homeless people in San Francisco. There's a lot of people in a very small area, and so when you have that many people in a small area with not enough bathrooms, not enough services,
It affects everybody.
And it's more visible.
Yeah, it's more visible. I mean, you may not notice it in other places because it's only maybe every 5 blocks or something, but whereas here it's practically every block in some regions, and it's.
And you have to remember, San Francisco is only 7 miles by 7 miles. We have almost 1 million people in
a
square
small
mile.
area.
Yeah, so like in Paris, which is a much larger city than San Francisco,
It's
people
spread
can
out.
spread out more. You don't see it as much, it's concentrated. But yeah, you're going to notice in San Francisco, it's just a small city. It's not New York, it's not Chicago, it's small.
So, like you just said a minute ago, it's more of involvement of the community rather than an app or a program.
Yeah, I mean, there might be some app that can help connect the community better or connect to the mayor's office better or something like that. There's probably some technological solutions in terms of bridging the communities, but the community itself has to be engaged and involved to solve these kind of things. Yeah. Without the community involvement, you really aren't going to solve these things long term.
Okay, so you have an app to get people involved?
Well,
Not in this particular
Yeah,
issue.
yeah, I mean-
but
No, but you have an app that say volunteer here or volunteer there?
it's not a bad idea. We could look into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not on our radar right now. Yeah.
I mean, LeBray can serve to help it in a way because it would allow people to find where bathrooms are. That's one of the things on LeBray is like you can post, oh, there's a bathroom here, and you may not know. A lot of the reasons people are using the bathroom on the street because they may not even know where they can go.
This is true.
So I mean, it's not going to solve the problem, but it might help mitigate.
But for the public who is not homeless, how could they help?
They could help by also because LeBray isn't just for the homeless. You yourself not being homeless could add things to it that you know about. You know what I mean? Like if you know of a restroom that you can just go in and use it without any problems, not having to pay or anything, put it on the map, and then other people will know.
Oh, I can send you a text and say, go ahead, add it?
No, you can download the app and add it yourself.
Oh, I can do that?
Yeah.
This is open to the entire public. It's not just the
Oh,
homeless
it's,
community.
it's not just you fixing it.
No.
No, yeah.
It's the community.
Yeah,
fixing
the community is we don't know enough. You know, we don't have enough information.
So I can actually go in your program and add something.
it. Of course.
Yeah.
Anybody can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So
So,
that-
like, even no, we're not homeless right now, right? But I may be. What if I go into McDonald's and I know this McDonald's will let people come in and use the bathroom? Then I can put that on there and go. This establishment will let you use the bathroom.
Okay.
You know, no
And
questions asked.
it could be anybody who goes there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody.
You could not be homeless and need to use the bathroom, and then you use the app and find it there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's really just a community repository for this kind of information.
Yeah.
you know.
But we're hoping that it does really benefit the homeless community.
That's the
overall.
goal,
That's
yeah.
the goal. Yeah.
Okay, now if someone has a suggestion for a problem or community-based project, they call you and you see if it's a good idea or not as a team.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
We vet the issue. So we have a pretty heavy vetting process.
So you have a whole bunch of ideas.
Absolutely. People
Yeah.
have approached us for all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
you
we don't
wo-
do it all.
So you at any given time you're working on 5 projects,
I'd say right now we have 3 or 4.
3 or 4, yeah.
3 or 4. Interesting.
Yeah.
And they will have a social impact.
All of them have to have a social impact.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we don't touch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know the company called Tech for Good?
I've heard of Tech for Good, yes.
It's a group of programmers who program for issues.
Yes. Yeah. Do you know Caravan Studios? TechSoup? They're all
Oh,
very, very
TechSoup,
similar. Yeah, they're all
TechSoup.
similar groups.
So they do free software development for good causes.
I think they do. We don't necessarily work for free, but it depends on
Yeah.
the project.
Yeah.
Like Libre is a free project that we're doing.
Yeah. It's internal.
But sometimes
it's
you're
internal.
paid by a nonprofit organization to do
Yeah,
something.
maybe an organization would approach us to help them create some software.
Okay.
In that case, then we're more of contractors. And,
So let's say somebody who is working on AIDS, they approach you, they say, do something for that cause. And you say, okay, what's your budget?
yeah, it's very much like a business transaction.
It's a business
Yeah.
transaction.
However, we also make sure that this is a project that will impact society in a good way.
Yeah.
Just because you're willing to pay us doesn't mean we'll do it.
Right.
Oh, it has to be really something you care about.
Yeah.
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 And how
because-
many of you? 4?
There's 4 of us.
4 of us. Yeah, we're a small team, so we can't take on every project we get, obviously, and so we pick ones that we love, that we feel like are actually going to.
So
make a
mostly
difference.
nonprofit organizations approach you.
Right now, yeah. Or individuals sometimes approach us with ideas.
Mhm.
Yeah. And we have different payment models.
You have children nonprofit organization approach you or environmental? Do you have people for the environment approach you?
Environment, not so much right now.
Yeah, it hasn't.
Like
come up.
recycling, clean air,
Not yet. No.
Yeah.
water, dirty water.
We'd be interested,
Yeah.
though. We'd love to hear from people.
Yeah.
You like environment.
Yeah,
Well,
of course.
yeah.
Absolutely.
This is
Yeah,
where we
so
live.
it is. I mean, everything is interconnected. I mean,
Absolutely, yes.
because the problem of the homeless is also an environmental problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's everything interconnected
Yes.
in some ways, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we all live on this planet. If we destroy the planet, there's a big problem. You know.
Yeah.
We really-
Where would we live?
Yeah, we need to make sure we take care of it. You know.
Right.
Is the City Hall aware of your projects? Because they do have money to allocate to projects like that. Do you work with City Hall?
We do talk to people who work at City Hall. I mean, we haven't really
Ask for a grant?
asked for
or-
a grant or anything.
Yeah,
yet,
we haven't gone
because
that route.
yeah, I mean, it's
They
a
have
possibility.
grant programs.
Yeah. I mean, really, we've been around about a year,
Oh.
or so.
Yeah,
You know, so we're a new
about a
company.
year.
We're still like kind of just figuring all
Oh,
the
you
things
don't
out.
know how to maybe apply for a grant?
I mean, well,
No, we know how to
to.
apply. So Digital Labs is not a nonprofit, first of all. So usually when you apply for a grant, you have to be a nonprofit organization.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So it has to be a project that's paid for.
What do you mean?
Like the city would have to pay you your regular hourly to do
Yeah,
it.
if they
Yeah,
wanted.
if they wanted to do
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah, so the best way to do it is to approach the department that interests you and say, listen, we can do something about this. Just here's how much it's going to cost and see if they would finance it. Is that the way it works?
It's a possibility.
Yeah.
We haven't tried that. I think one of the
Because the city is very rich. I mean, they have a lot of money.
It is.
Like Mayor Lee say, oh, we have put $26 million for the homeless, but doesn't.
I don't know where that's
It
going.
doesn't go
we
to
don't.
the
Yeah,
home.
we don't know. So that's actually part of the issue is that one of the reasons why we haven't approached the government is because we want some independence on this issue because we spend a lot of time with the community and so I hate to say this, but at a governmental level, there's a disconnect between the information between the community and the government. A lot of the times, it's not to say that they're bad people, or it's just that there's a disconnect. And because we work very closely with the community, we know a lot more that's going on. So, if we took money from the government, that oversight over us takes away some of our independence to be able to actually help the community. Mm-hmm. So, by staying as an independent company and looking for funding in different places, it allows us more fluidity in solving these kind of issues. It doesn't mean that we don't look to the government for funding or help. It just means we kind of try to look at the scenario before we do something like that.
Okay, yeah, because you're just a new company and you haven't explored all the possibilities.
Right.
But it's possible for you to.
Of course.
But it's something. So does everybody in your team has a different function? Do you have someone doing outreach, someone doing programming, someone doing social media, someone doing finance? Do you have four different functions?
When you're a 4-person team, we just do it all.
Yeah, we all wear a lot of different hats. I mean, like we all work on the projects together. We collaborate on all the things that need to get done.
Including the finance, everything together.
Yeah, it's essentially a partnership of 4 people. Right now.
So who does business development? Mostly you.
No, I'd say we're all involved in different ways. Just we all run into different people when we talk about things.
And see if they would finance a project.
Or partner up or work with us. Yeah.
Do you ever approach also VCs? I don't know. You might want to.
I'm a tech entrepreneur, and I started a few companies in the past, and I've dealt with VCs and investors. I think there's benefits to dealing with them, and also issues with dealing with them.
Oh, okay.
And I think right now for us, independence is very important to us.
You don't want to give them 51%.
We'd like to stay in control of what we're working on.
Yeah, because they want a bigger chunk of everything.
Yeah, and they might have different also motives for wanting where to push the software towards. And we want to push it towards a certain mission.
Okay.
Yeah, it allows us to just have more control over the direction of the company and also just move quickly.
Yeah.
And we're not expending all of our time necessarily going out and looking for funding or VCs or things like that. We're spending time attacking the issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And this is not to say anything bad about VCs. We still love them.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. I know you're very young, okay? 1 year, you said?
Yeah,
The company,
the company's been 1 year.
So you haven't seen really something being super successful yet because it's not out there to the public?
We've had small successes.
Yeah.
You have something that's already out there?
Well, so I guess we can talk about Libre. Libre didn't start off just Libre.
Okay.
About a year ago, we created a project called SEEME.
SEEME, SEEME?
Yes.
Like see us.
Oh,
We're here.
see us, we're here.
Yeah.
And that original project was to take all the resources that are available online and to put them all in one place into one app for the homeless community.
Okay, and you had some success there?
Yeah, we actually did. When we put it out there, the community told us that it was great, and we were told that this was a great step forward, and that was for us was a very good small success for us. Mm-hmm. However, what we realized during that process is that we discovered a bigger problem, and it was that the community didn't have the power to actually control the resources and the information that was being shared. It was all organizationally controlled. Mm-hmm. So that's why we did Libre. Mm-hmm. So we moved away from SEEME and it became Libre. But all of these things, finding out these things, that information, how you define success is very different. Like for us, that is success because we're figuring out how to really help the community. And that's success for us.
Right. Because during that process, we were holding workshops to teach some people in the community how to use phones, and we were trying to be able to get them phones through this program and things like that. And
that was the first part of your project.
That was one of the first parts of the project, and that's how we learned a lot about what's
going on.
Yeah, what's going on, and it informed us to be able to build Libre in the way that we have, because we found out that so many people have so much knowledge in their minds about all of these resources and all these different little things that all the intricacies of what actually goes on the streets and where you can go and things like that, that can't be written in a book somewhere and delivered to people like that.
at the library.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
doesn't
You know what I mean?
So it has to be online because so much.
Yeah, we need to like connect these people directly to a way for them to connect to each other, essentially. you know?
Okay. Okay. So I'm glad you have seen some success so far. So is that what encourages you to keep going in that direction?
Yeah, just the positive responses from the community. You know, it's just really it shows us that the direction we're going is the right direction to try to help these people in with the skills and abilities that we have. you know.
Just feels good to be able to make a difference.
Yeah. And all of the 4 members feel like they're on the mission.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have anybody on the team that felt differently.
Oh, okay.
It's a very close knit team.
Okay. So what are their names? I know your name is John Paul. What are their names?
There's Jesse Sweatco,
It's
Jesse
Jesse.
Sweatco, and then there's Joshua Primero.
Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe you want to add a woman to the team, no?
we're definitely.
That would be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because women has also women issues.
Absolutely.
Of course. Yeah, we need that diversity.
Yes.
All right. So that's your next project, maybe.
Actually, yeah, we talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
You do?
Getting women
Yeah.
involved. Yeah.
It's definitely a concern.
Big
Yeah.
because their social issue is childcare. I know I hear it everywhere.
Yeah.
Because if you want to hire a babysitter, it's $15 an hour. So you have to make the decision: do I want to go to work, make $15 an hour, and give it to the babysitter, or do I want to stay home? It's a social issue.
Yeah, I mean, I could say right now. I mean, even though we're a small team of 4 guys, it's not because we closed off women.
The women.
It just happened to be 4 guys who got together.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know, diversity isn't just about numbers, right? It's not just about bringing on a woman just because. It's about creating an environment that fosters that diversity, and we feel like our environment does foster diversity. In fact, there are women involved in different roles. They're
By
not
talking to you.
Yeah, they're not specifically part of the team, but we're definitely looking to invite the right woman onto the team. But there has to be certain criteria.
No, because as a mother, I can tell you what my issue was. It was childcare.
Yeah.
But it could be another issue they're facing.
No, there's a lot of issues that just specifically, affect women. There's a lot of
Yeah.
big issues out
Yeah.
there.
Definitely.
Yeah, because women get up at 6 a.m. because they have first to go to the babysitter, then go to work.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things involved before you're at work.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
So anyway, those are social issues and all are good and all need a lot of work.
Yes.
Yes.
So you have a lot on your plate then.
Yeah. But if you want to reach out to us, you can.
Oh, with
Yeah.
ideas?
Yeah.
And also people can give you ideas. I mean, people can write to you and see, would you like to, please look at this issue. It affects a lot of people
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
San Francisco.
Yeah. We have a email, diginito@gmail.com. So you just email us anytime.
What is it called? Info@Ingenito?
No, diginito@gmail.com.
Oh, at Gmail, not info@Ingenito. Okay, at Gmail. So everybody remember Gmail.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's
All
easy,
right.
yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure to interview both of you. I hope maybe next year you'll come with more successful results because you're still a very young
Yes.
company, and I hope you get the funding that you want, whether it's through financing or whether it's through people hiring you for different social issues. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here. You can feel free to post the video on all your social media
Cool.
outreach. This way people will hear it from the source.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having us.
And then you'll be on TV too.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
So thank you.
Yeah.